y'all? It's the one and only J to the P. Telling y'all, man, today was a very good day. I am making sure that everything is making sure the volume is where it need to be at, making sure everything is where it need to be. Let's go. Okay, we live. Let's see how the volume sound. The volume sounding good. Everything seemed like, yeah, doing good. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, don't get overconfident. Do not get overconfident. This will get you. It will get you. You get overconfident, you start, we'll just put this on, and then you look up and things just not what it's supposed to be. But we're not gonna waste a whole lot of time. I've had a very long day. I posted some pictures. I reposted some pictures. I haven't posted any pictures from the event yet. Y'all see the book. Y'all see the book. I'm a G. I ain't gonna cry or nothing like that. But this book, this is not a. I know when people seen me say I was gonna drop a book, a lot of people thought I was gonna write a book about my life. I've been through so much, and I talk about my life and my music and online and everything else. But this book, although it does have some things that I've learned because of my life, this particular book is a real business book. This is not a I just found some stuff online. I put a bunch of BS together. This is a very original concept. This is a very original thought. It's three parts to this book. The first part is the real life XP framework. I know you've seen flyers and I talk about real life XP, but this is about the seven pillars to real life entrepreneurial um exponential progress. I apologize. It's real life exponential progress. That's what XP stand for, exponential progress. And it's a very unique way to look at business, and it take you through a lot of the things that you need to get your business off the ground. The first part, and I always start with mindset and motivation, because if you cannot be motivated to do something, the rest of the book makes no sense. And you're not going to read anything further in business and in consulting or coaching. If you can't get past someone's mindset, then it's really nowhere else for you to go. So the first part is mindset and motivation. And then we talk about business formation and systems. And then we talk about the actual processes and automations that you need in your business so you can step out of your business. Then we talk about credit and capital, then marketing and branding, and then leadership and team building, which is actually putting the right people in the right position. And then we talk about legacy and impact, which is actually having the business run itself, or you being able to sell the business to make sure that your family is secure. This The first book is so informative that I've had people read the first three or four chapters and they're like, listen, man, it just changed the whole way I thought about me running my business. And it doesn't matter if you have a corporation or if you are running a mom and pop shop or if you're starting a lawn care service or if you're just doing anything like that. This book is designed to help you right at that level and for you to understand the next steps in scaling your business. And then when we get to book two, people like, why is it broke down into three books? But it's three different frameworks and they all go together. That's why it's called an engine. If you think about an engine, there are a lot of different parts working cohesively. So this particular thing, my gosh, shout out to Big C, he pops in on me. So this particular book, book two, is about scaling, the seven stages of scaling. And when you pop this open, you talk about the you have different levels of your business. So you have the energized stage. So this is just an idea, and you starting to take actions. Maybe you're doing a little research, and then you have the 50K, the 0 to 10K a month mark. And I always say 50 to 100K a year, but it's basically 0 to 10K a month. And that is where you monetize your idea. So you have an idea, you take action, and then you monetize it. And then you have step three where you stabilize. Now, this is where you build predictable revenue, where you have your marketing is working, you have leads coming in, or you have referrals coming in. However, you get your new customers. This particular stage is the stage where you start to hone in on that, and things start to be automatic. And then you have stage four, was when you productize your business. So productizing is when you have people that basically they sell businesses in a box, and that's productizing your business. So that's where um, you would step out of your business and you would have other people selling your business. And it's so crazy because once you get to that level, is literally is things start moving a lot faster. That's where you franchising, or you basically selling a intellectual property instead of you hustling this business. So now you have stage five, is this is where you amplify it. So now you know your product works, you know people are willing to buy it, you know people are willing to resell it, and you can basically put some gas on the fire, and you can say let's rock and roll. Stage six is organizing it. This is where you build the actual structure and the internal machine for your business to run itself. After that, that's when you can expand. Now that the business is running itself, basically you have the business on automatic. Your business is automatic. Now you're ready to scale. So this is where you make um, a million or more a year. That's the second book. Now we still got a third book. So the third book, if I ever get to the third book. So the third book, mind you, all of these are in here. It's a reason that they're separated, and I'm gonna talk about that. So now the third book is the seven growth gears. So in this particular book, I'm going to teach you how to actually dial in on some of the things that you need to change in order to get from one level to the next level. So now you know what level you are in. You can actually just read the chapter on the level you in, and then read the next chapter so you see where you need to be at. If you just want to skip through the book, some people don't read. I don't advise that, because even if you are at the third stage in scaling, there may be things in stage one and two that you actually miss. So you want to go back and read that. You don't want to skip through. But I'm telling you, it's designed to where if you wanted to do that and you just felt like, hey, I'm only making $10,000 a month, I'm only going to read the chapter about that. And you just want to take out some nuggets from there, you can take out nuggets from there. Now, book three, some of the gears, if you are not familiar with scaling and actual business concepts, they may seem a little intimidating, but it makes sense if you read the chapter. So the foundational gear. So this is you being ready foundationally. This means that your personal life is in order. This means that your head is in order. This means that you have set yourself up for uh, properly introducing your business to the world. And this is when you know that you are stable as a person, and that you are not overspending over here. So you can't invest in your business. You actually have some capital saved, and you're ready to rock and roll. Your credit is good. Everything is ready for you to start this business and take it to the next level. The market gear, this is when you focus on your brand identity, the messaging, your positioning, and different things like that. So this gear is something that you turn when you want to rebrand. So this is what I'm doing the before the before the middle of the summer. So I just ordered new flyers. I got new business cards. I got new everything to focus on what this book is about. I even have the new branding very similar to this book, because this is what's going to separate me from other coaches and consultants and different people like that. If you are a coach and consultant, we are no longer competing. This is my differentiator. We are no longer competing. I am basically writing the book on how to grow your business if you're a coach or consultant, how to automate it. If you run a tax business, if you run some kind of real estate office or anything like that, this is the book for you to read. I'm telling you, there's nothing like this on the market. I'm not selling you a jalopy. If you get the book and you like, oh, this book ain't even all that, and you can tell me that you didn't take anything from this book, I'm willing to give you a 300% return on your investment if you actually read the book. Now, if I go through and ask you a couple questions and I find out that you really haven't read the book, then that's a whole different thing. But if you open this book up and you skim through this book, you just land on 6 or 7 different pages and you don't find a nugget, it's because you are not ready to accept the information that's presented. That has nothing to do with me. I'm telling you, I wrote a classic. I'm telling you, I wrote. It's not just because I wrote it, y'all. I don't care what your business is. You could be a party promoter, and this book will help you take your business to the next level, especially if you are like me, right? Minority, melanated, whatever. If you like me, trust me, you need this book. So we have a market gear. So once again, first we have the foundation gear. That's when your life has to be in a certain order, and once again, your personal credit, your funding readiness, and different things like that. You want to make sure you got yourself in position, and then you have your market gear, which is your branding, your style, your messaging. Then you have the lead gear, which means how you get people into your system. How are you generating leads? Are you making content? Are you running ads? What are you doing to generate leads? So we need to work on that if that's not working. Then you have your sales gear. If you are generating leads and they are not converting into sales, then you need to work on the sales gear. If you are making sales, but you are not able to deliver on whatever you promised in the selling stage, then you have a delivery gear that you need to turn. And then you have the team gear. Once you are uh, making sure that things are marketed properly, you selling properly, and then you are delivering properly, you can start to build a real team because you have a system now. Now you can start training your team on how to run this system so you don't have to be the person running it. Now you have this team in place, you can actually grow your business, and that is why there's a growth gear. Once again, this is 3 different books, 3 different frameworks that all work together, and that's why it's called the growth engine. I'm telling you, I did not watch a YouTube video and say, "Hey, I'm going to put this on in a book. I'm going to do this." I did not watch one of these other coaches or internet gurus and say, "Hey, I like what they're saying. I can package this and sell it." This is a framework that I came up with from years of being an entrepreneur and from obtaining an MBA. I have a concentration in management, which is to help me deal with larger companies. And then I have a certificate in entrepreneurship and innovation, which is designed to help me help entrepreneurs get to the next level. So I have 2 decades or more of experience as an entrepreneur. Some of it was legal, some of it was illegal, but I did my thing no matter where I was. When I was indicted, the Fed said, the Fed said, uh, the DEA guy, he said, man, you run pills like a Fortune 500 company. Have you ever thought about doing something else? And this book is all about my something else. This book is all about my something else, y'all. And like I said, even when I was running pills, the DA had to say, "Man, you doing your thing." I'm telling you, it's all mental. It's all about designing the right system, having the right processes, and making sure things run automatically. And that was something that I did young. I understood a system and actually running things the right way. And that's what this book is about. So I'm not going to oversell y'all on the book. I'm going to talk a little bit about the the actual brunch and book signing. Shout out to my guy Chef Al and Upscale Cuisine for being the caterer. Shout out to Dre and Steve and everybody at Cocoon for hosting the event. Shout out to Nep for coming through and recording. Shout out to all of my guys, my tax team. Half my tax team showed up. My lady, shout out to Lily. Lily wasn't in the picture. We was just talking about it. We didn't even take a picture, but she was recording and taking pictures of everybody and making sure the event went great. The kids were dressed properly and everything looked good, and we actually had a great time today. We had a real good time. I get I don't get nervous for events like this. I've had so many events, and I've actually promoted and thrown so many events, but um, I was I was apprehensive about the the reception of the book. Most people know me from music and they know me from different stuff, and this was my first chance or my first take at writing a book, and I just was a little nervous, like, man, maybe people, they're gonna want something different because of what I actually styled the book to be. But the last few weeks have helped me. It calmed my jitters down a little bit about that, because I got the book maybe 2 3 weeks early, and I started sending the books out a week and a half or so ago, and people started to get these books, and everybody was like, "Dude, I needed to read this." One guy told me, he said, "Bro, I'm only on like the third chapter, and I'm already looking at my business different." So once I start to get those type of reviews, I knew that I did the right thing. This is for the people who are hustling. If you are running a business and you hustling, you waking up extra early, going to bed extra late in your business, and you're not making any real money. I go to bed extra early and extra late because I do a whole bunch of extra stuff. But in my particular business, I run things to the point where my VAs and other people are they are doing a lot of the things that I used to do, like making websites and sending emails and all of this stuff. If it's not something that I'm directly dealing with clients about at this point, I am not in my business. So I'm telling y'all, if you are a business owner and you tired of hustling and you're like, dude, I'm waking up early, late, I'm doing all this extra stuff, and you are not bringing home the money the way you want to, this is the type of book that you have to order. And this particular book is designed for people of a certain background, of a certain attitude, character, and upbringing. And I'm telling you, I designed this book for you if you grew up a certain way and you only know the hustle, where people never showed you how to systematize a business, how to automate things, how to set things up and run itself, where you think this is for you if you think, well, I just got to hustle harder, because it comes a point where you cannot hustle any harder. So you have to build the right systems and processes to make sure your business can grow without you. And that's who this book is written for. And that's who I am. Todd, y'all, excuse me, but that's who I'm targeting with the real life XP. Is for people that have that type of thing going on. Y'all, shout out to Brave B Williams for tapping in. I just bumped into her and bought some cologne from her, and and I gave her a book and signed a book for her, whatever. But um I'll go to meet her at the store, and and it was a lady in the store, and I didn't even pay the lady that much attention. She was a lady of the night, let's just say. And after I grabbed me something to drink, I turned around and she was just staring at me. So I looked away. She was like, "Oh, baby, I'm not gonna bite you, but your eyes, they're so pretty. Those your real eyes, baby." I said, "Yeah, these my eyes. Thank you. Whatever." I'm trying to get away from the lady, and this lady followed me out the store, followed me to my truck. I didn't even want to unlock my truck, y'all. I thought the lady was gonna kidnap me, and Brave was out there like, "Oh my god." I'm just telling y'all, that was so funny, man. That was something that should have been recorded. This lady didn't follow me out. She trying to keep throwing me that streetwalker cuckoo. I don't want nothing to do with it. I said, "Nah, lady, I'm good." She said, "You sure, baby? You sure you don't want a good time?" "No, I'm good, baby." "You sure you don't want a good time?" "No." She said, "Well, can I just ride with you?" I said, "No, you can't ride with me." She said, "I can at least ride on the hood." I'm just like, "Lady, leave me alone. I don't even unlock my truck." She said, "Oh, this not your truck?" I said, "Yes, this is my truck, but you not getting nowhere near this truck, lady." "You not getting nowhere near this truck, lady. I don't know what you own, but I don't want it." I came here on a mission and I'm trying to get on. I've been out all day. I don't want none of that hookah coochie. I have never participated in hookah coochie. It's too late in the game for that. So that was funny, man. Shout out to Brave for tapping in. And I want to thank everybody else for showing up, man. I don't want to start naming people. I start forgetting people. For real, man. Mark D showed up. Um, Debbie showed up. My girl TT showed up. Man, Sarah Appleby showed up. Alicia showed up from my tax team. Man, dang, it was crazy. Pastor Shirley showed up. She called herself my executive assistant. She was texting me right before I came on talking about this book. She love it. That's somebody that's had businesses for 40, 50 years. I'm telling you this. If you have businesses or you're currently running a business or you're thinking about starting a business, you have to read this book. It's an entrepreneurial gold mine. This book is an entrepreneurial gold mine. I promise you that. And whether you read it now or you read somebody that find it and try to duplicate it, I do have it copywritten, and I do have these frameworks copywritten. These are my frameworks. Um, I'm telling you, these frameworks are one of a kind. These are nothing like anybody else's frameworks. I didn't copy anything. The the seven pillars of real life XP, all my idea. The seven stages of scaling. There are other people that once I started researching it, after I mapped out some stuff, I did find that there were other people who have stages of scaling. It's nothing done to this level the way that I mapped this out for everybody, and then the seven growth gears that make up the whole engine. So you have the pillars, then you have the stages to grow, and then you have these gears to turn your business all the way up. And I want to thank y'all for showing up. I ain't gonna be on here all night. I'm yawning. I'm tired. Y'all, it's been a long day, but we made it. And I definitely want to give a big shout out to my guy Fame. Y'all see the shirt, man. Detroit raised me. Nah, I got the video where I'm asking Fame about the Southwest Raise Me shirts, y'all. Fame, my guy. 313 Fame is my guy. That's my brother. He literally opened the store up for me, and he didn't want nothing to do with the store at that time. It wasn't supposed to be open. My brother opened the store up for me, and we talked about my. I've been begging him for these Southwest Raise Me shirts, man. And he ain't did the Southwest Raise Me. His East Side Raise Me, West Side Raise Me, but it's none Southwest Raise Me. And we need to get on Fame so I can get these Southwest Raise Me shirts, or I could just get a batch of them, and we can do some co-branding or something. I can go down to Southwest because in the video he explained that he had made the shirts, but the Southwest cats wasn't shopping with him. He had to sell the shirts to another Southwest cat at wholesale and let him go make the money. And he went over there. He said he flipped them things. Southwest mess was Southwest. So I thank y'all, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for showing up. If you don't have a book, the book will be available on Amazon Tuesday, but I do have copies of the book, and I still have some that I need to sign and get out to a couple of my guys who had already told me that they may not be able to make it, but they actually ordered a copy or two of this book, and I do need to reach out to them tomorrow to make sure that they books get in the mail, or they can bump into me on Monday or Tuesday. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Shout out to LeBron and them, man. They handle their business. I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off, y'all. Leave me alone tomorrow. I need a break because I've had a long few months, to be honest. But tomorrow I got a couple things I need to finish up, and then I'm chilling. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, though. I'll talk to y'all soon.